It's time to make some Chinese-style Russian stew. What makes a stew Russian and what makes it Chinese-style? No clue. For our ingredients, we have beef shank, a russet potato, 1 carrot, 1 onion, some broccoli, and a can of tomato soup. In Chicago, this comes out to be about $15 and feeds the two of us for 3 hearty meals. The core of this dish is the tomato, the potato, and the carrots. As far as I know, broccoli is not really a thing in this soup either, but we like it a lot. You start out with rubbing 2 beef shanks with oil and seasoning it with salt, and searing on both sides for 2 minutes each. If you're thinking about a vegetarian version of this dish, you can actually just swap this out with some low sodium vegetable broth too. And you can just skip to the next step and saute some onions, and here we're deglazing with some water, and then we're going to add the rest of our ingredients here. Now add that can of tomato soup and stir it around to let the sugars in that soup caramelize a little bit. Now we're going to braise these beef shanks, so what that means is laying it on top of the veggies and filling up the water just so that it covers only part of the meat. This exposes the meat to a higher than boiling temperature and makes it more tender. Bring it to a boil and then simmer for 2 hours. At this point, the meat should be rice spatula tender and fall off the bone. Be sure to get some of that bone marrow for yourself, cause that's some good eating. How much is that roast bone appetizer cost nowadays? 20 bucks? Anyway, the meat should be tender enough so that you can smoosh it into more manageable chunks. If you can't do it with a blunt instrument yet, then it's not ready. Let it cool off for about a half hour and you got a nice stew on your hands. Beef shank is still relatively cheap, so get in on this recipe while you still can.